Good morning. Good late morning. Okay. Hello. Hello, 早晨. Kind of 晏早晨. A late 早晨. Hold on a second. Hi. Let me know when you're here. Good morning. Hello, hello. 大家好嘛? How's everybody feeling today? I haven't seen you guys in a while. Haven't gone live in a bit of time. Hi, Karis. 早晨. I think it's like almost 2 months I haven't gone live. Good morning. It's 我諗成2個月都冇做 live 啊，即係實在太忙，好多嘢發生緊。咁而家終於都穩定咗啲，咁可以擺多少時間去教。咁我希望大家都希望I hope you guys like it. I've been gone for 2 months. I'm like, oh, do you guys miss me? Have you guys been doing the practice on like my IGTV and stuff like that and YouTube? And yeah, let me know. How is your practice doing? Hi, I know, Karis, I know, it's been so long. I miss you guys too. How are you doing? I'm doing really good this morning. It's a beautiful day in Hong Kong. It was just a long weekend with the kids. I'm really happy. I'm content. I'm more calm. 我而家就定啲啦。之前幾個月之前就發生咗好多事情，好忙，咁冇意思，咁耐都冇見。So I'm back, and hopefully we can be a bit more consistent with teaching, and hopefully maybe I will be back in the studio in Hong Kong. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's see. We have to do the time, so we'll work that out. Okay, so as always, before we start our practice, give you a bit of time to make sure you guys have your mat out, if there's any props. So 記得我哋開堂之前呢，記得有個瑜伽席。如果你有磚啲嘢你需要呢，就擺喺身邊，所以陣間唔使話喐嚟去攞。Another thing is that today is a little bit, it's a yin-yang practice. So what is yin-yang, right? Yin-yang basically 陰陽嘅堂究竟係咩意思啦？其實好多人都可能 mixed up with hatha, or you mix up with gentle vinyasa. There's just so many different categories and I can say class descriptions, everything. So yin yang for me, it's very tailored to individual teacher. For me, it's really finding the balance of relaxation, de-stressing the body physically and mindfully, and also engaging the body, being aware physically, like a pose where you have to engage something to be aware. Right? Like if you're lifting an arm up and you're arching over, or maybe if you're in the lunge, you might lift the leg for a little bit and drop it, right? So it's a balance, a perfect balance between, a yin and a yang, right? Kind of like a passive, static, restorative, and mixed with a bit of dynamic. Okay, so we're going to start soon. So everybody ready? Wow, this is like, Facebook is updated. What's that? Bring them on. Oh no. Does anybody want to be on camera? Okay, so let me turn the comments off. Oh, and before, does anybody have any injuries? Let me know. 如果你有啲咩舊傷啊、新傷啊，即係當然我哋隔住個電話或者電視，其實好難去幫你調校啲動作嘅，所以係量力而為係非常之重要嘅。So taking care of your body is even more important when you're practicing online, especially on a live class like this. Zoom is a bit better, but still you're like really, really small, so it's really hard to see you. So make sure you take care of the body. Today is nothing too intensive to the point where I feel like, you guys need to be careful. Today is just a little bit more aware. Yeah, the focus point today, I think you'll hear me reminding you a lot later, is about your drishti, which is your focus point, your eyes. I know sometimes you need to look at the phone and the camera, right? But at certain points, I might tell you to look away and find a place that's still. So that's the drishti, in case I don't explain it to you when we're practicing. Okay, good morning, Murphy Cat. Okay, so no injuries, nothing to share with me. If you find that you have any questions in regards to class, let's meet a little bit. We'll stay on a little bit after class and we'll talk a little bit, right? Or just shoot me a comment and I'll get back to you. OK， 咁如果你有啲咩問題關於個瑜伽，或者你有啲嘢係想問下我嘅，咁你就記得留個 comment，或者你隨時send 個 message 俾我，我盡量就去幫你。OK， so let's begin. I'm gonna turn the comments off. I didn't. I almost forgot how to turn the comments off. You swipe. Okay, that's my chair. So come onto your mat. Sit cross-legged. So, as always, I want to start off just seated, right? So if you're in your living room, for the beginning part of the class, you can sit on your sofa, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on a block, right? 我哋初頭嗰啲個冥想呢個位置啦，其實你可以坐落 sofa， 或者坐張凳都得嘅。Okay, so make sure that you're comfortable. Feel like your head is just right above your hips, right? So if I were to sit sideways, right, noticing if you're actually naturally curving forward, just kind of a good position to text on your phone. But see if you can just lean back a little bit. Good, and just notice your posture, right? I want you to be a little bit more rigid for a second. So 盡量係坐直啲個感覺先, right? You can relax later, but just lengthen a little bit more. Feel like each vertebrae, 每個脊椎咧係拉長嘅. You're stacking it. There's natural curves, but you want to just feel the elongation of the vertebrae. Good. Now a gentle pull of the core in, just to stabilize the spine. Good. Bring your hands onto your knees, and then soften 15%. Just soften. Keep the alignment, but just soften the muscles, shoulders, and face. Okay, let's close the eyes. 我哋合埋對眼。咁而家坐直咗之後咧，嘗試下放鬆大概9節，or 8-5節，so 15%。所以你感覺個人係仍然都係挺直嘅，right？ 不過個膊頭啊、塊面啲皮膚啊、心口個位置啲皮膚放鬆佢。As you close your eyes, if you want to, take a few deep breaths in and just a long exhale through the mouth, right? So 如果你仍然都有啲緊啦，嘗試下大啖吸氣，跟住好大咁樣呼氣。And then once you find that place where you're like, settled in, then let's connect to the conscious breath. Noticing how the inhales expand the ribcage, and let the exhale soften the face and shoulders. 舒服咗之後咧，而家留意多少少自己個呼吸，吸氣膨脹個肋骨個位置，跟住呼氣再更加放鬆塊面、膊頭。Noticing how your hands are gently placed on your knees or your thighs. Try to relax every finger. 每個手指放鬆，可能佢掂住個大髀或膝頭哥，盡量放鬆個手掌多少少。And then noticing if there's any tension hovering around your thighs and your hips. Right, relax those. Feel like they're grounded down to the mat. 放鬆大髀，放鬆個盤骨、pat pat 個位置。And as you breathe in and out, really feeling like the upper torso is lengthening and light. And then below the belly button is grounded. Right, 感覺肚臍下低個位置係好穩定，唔墜落地下。咁個肚臍樓上就拉長，好輕。Taking a few more breaths here, let me guide you. So wherever you are, exhale through the nose. 鼻哥呼氣。Inhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Feel light, elongated. 2, 1. Exhale. Ground the hips, ground the thighs, soften the hands. 1. Good. Join your hands into your heart center. 雙手合埋心口中間。Okay, we're going to start today's practice with one Om. Okay, you're more than welcome to join me, or you can just listen. Okay, 我哋開頭就唱一次 Om. Right, 你可以淨係聽，或一齊唱都得。 Good. Wherever you are, just gently bow the chin down, keeping your spine still straight. 1 O. Inhale. Let's begin our practice. Slowly open your eyes. Release your hands. 擘大雙眼，放鬆雙手. Okay, we're going to come to a kneeling position. 我哋跪喺度. Yeah, so just sit on your heels to start. 坐個腳踭. Right, 膝頭哥合埋. So if you have any knee issues, if there's any like, you feel like the knees kind of hurt a little bit, right, you can kind of roll up a small towel, put it underneath your knees, so that gives a little bit more space towards the kneecaps, okay? So 記得自己調校，如果需要膝頭哥有少少支助咧，就捲一個毛巾擺喺個膝頭哥下低跪喺度, okay? So just eyes looking forward, place your hands gently on your thighs. Take a moment here. You're noticing that your heels right now are slightly turned out. So you're kind of sitting in the cup of the soles of the feet. Right, so just stay here for a second. So 而家你留意到個腳踭咧輕微擘開嘅，咁你個 hip 位聚咗落個腳板底，好似個杯一個凳仔咁樣嘅。Good. Now keeping this position of the spine, gently lift the hips and bring your heels together. 而家腳踭合埋。Do you feel that on your ankle? Yeah, so hold here. Good. 而家合埋咗個腳踭之後咧。你會感覺咧個腳踭咧有少少伸展嘅 ，okay? So you need a little bit more muscular strength to keep that position. So stay here and breathe. Good. One more breath. Use a bit more strength to squeeze the heels together. Okay, now bring your hands down. Pull the belly button in. I want you to lift your knees up like this. Good, and hold. 膝頭哥挺高. So you feel the stretch in the front of the legs. Yeah, hold here, guys. Keep breathing. All right, so you want to lift them up like this. Yes, and breathe. 5, 4. It feels really painful for a lot of people I know. 2, so good for your ankles. And 1, and release. Okay, sit back straight. Open the heels and sit back onto your hips, on your feet. Okay, 而家坐得舒服返啦. Okay. Good. We're going to work a little bit more around the feet area. So important. 我哋好忽到隻腳㗎，啲腳趾其實好重要㗎. Okay, lift your hips up, tuck your toes, and sit on your heels. 坐落腳踭. Yeah. So if you can, we're going to stay in this position for a little bit longer. So 而家我哋會跪響多一段時間. So 而家可能你個視線望前. So look at someplace in front of you. That's still. Try not to burn a hole with your eyes. Like focus, but don't like dead stare. Yeah. Okay, so focus there and hold. Good. Now bring your hands down, and I want you to lift your knees up and just balance. 膝頭哥趌高平衡咗先. Good. When you have your balance, bring your hands on your knees. 雙手擺膝頭哥一個平衡度. Keep looking at that place, 仍然都望住個位置. Good. If you feel like, oh, okay, I'm starting to feel the balance, try to lengthen your spine now. Good. And drop your knees. So you want to make like a 90-degree angle with your thighs and your torso. Hold here. So 你平衡咗之後咧，嘗試下膝頭哥下低少少低，跟住挺個心口，所以個大髀同個身體啦，好似個90度個角咁樣。Now feel the feet work. You want to feel the activation of the different muscles that are moving around. Yeah, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring the knees down. 慢慢擺低膝頭哥. Take a moment. Keep your toes tucked. 繼續個腳趾咪入去㗎 ，OK? Yeah, lengthen your spine. Yeah, now if you feel like it's too much on your feet or your toes, right, you can just point them again and sit back down, or otherwise stay with me. Yeah, keep your toes tucked. Yeah, interlace your fingers behind your back. 十個手指靠近腰部後邊. Good, and noticing that you want to straighten the elbows. 伸直個手踭，手指公離開 Move your thumbs away from your hips. Feel the stretch in the front of the collarbone, in between the shoulder blades, and hold. Good. If it feels good, open the chest and look up maybe 45 degrees. Hold here. Good. You go full cut, noticing how maybe the breath may change. Bring it back down to a calm inhale and exhale. Stretching the collarbone. 個鎖骨打開，記得個呼吸啦，唔好頂住，繼續唞氣，繼續唞氣。3, 2, and 1. Come back to the middle, neutral position. If your feet are screaming at you, but it's slightly tolerable, stay with me, otherwise point your toes, okay? Interlace your fingers, push it forward, now curl your spine and look down to the chest. Okay, so your hands are dynamic, they're reaching forward and your belly button's pulling in, kind of shooting back towards the back wall or whatever is behind you. Hold here. Okay, keep the breath moving. 用多少少腹力縮個肚入去，雙手推前嘅。Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Neutral position. Good, everybody release the feet. 放鬆隻腳。Okay, 俾個腳趾放鬆下 let the toes kind of go, relax. Let the blood flow back a little bit more. Good. And again, let's tuck the toes. Right, 冇嗌救命。Okay, just pretend that I see you and hopefully you're continuing on with me, okay? Now this time, I'll go forward this way for you guys. Yeah, bring your left hand kind of towards the left corner. Yeah, inhale the right hand up to the sky. Good, I want you to puff the chest up and hold. Find your breath. Good, keep breathing. Good, now imagining that the center of your chest has a flashlight and it's shining straight up to the sky. Right? 而家個感覺個心口中間有個電筒燦爛緊向個天花板 so just go straight up. Good. Try your best to push the belly button slightly forward and feeling that arch. Noticing your breath. Breathe into wherever it feels tight. Good. Now take the flashlight and shine it over towards the left. Bend your left elbow and hold. Do you feel the difference? I wish I was there with you. I can help you. But try your best. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. And release. Find your breath. Let's do the other side. Okay? Stay on the toes tucked. Right? Again, if it's too much, more than welcome to point the toe, but try to tuck it. Okay? Right hand down. Good. Inhale the left hand up. Good. First thing you want to do is take the center of the chest and shine it up towards the sky. Kind of like, I always like to use the Care Bear stare, right? I love that cartoon. Hold here. Again, I'm going to go side so you can see a little bit more angle if you need to. Good, noticing that my bottom hand is straight. 而家我右手係直嘅，下低個手. Okay, so noticing the difference. Okay, now we transition to the second part where you want to take the flashlight in your chest, shine it over towards the right a little bit more, and bend that right elbow. Good, and stretch. Engage the top hand. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Good, and release. Release those toes, guys. Good, and maybe come into a child's pose. Toes together, bring your forehead down to the mat. Okay, so just taking an inhale and exhale. Breathing in towards the feet. We worked a lot around the ankles, really feeling the blood flow a little bit more there. Good, and if you're ready to transition, come into a downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet. And make sure the fingers are spread out wide. 10個手指撐開嘅。Okay, 你望住隻腳咧，腳踭咧係向外嘅，見唔到嘅，喺個腳後邊嘅。So take a look at your feet. Make sure that the heels are not turned in. So they're kind of hiding behind your feet. Good. Hold here for about 5 more breaths and go full come. Good. Now slowly walk your feet forward. So慢慢行前. You come into Uttanasana. So feet are hip width apart. So hip width. Hold your elbows and just release the body. 放鬆個身體. Okay, so some people, if they're unable to touch the floor, if you feel like you're really tight, right, micro bend the knees a little bit. Bring your hands to your calves and maybe just kind of relax here. As long as you feel that there's a stretch, right, behind the hamstrings and a little bit behind the lower back, okay? Holding here for a few more breaths. You can sway your body left and right. 個重心可以向左向右，任何嘢令到你舒服就可以走 okay? Okay, now bring your hands to the floor or again calves. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands onto your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Yeah, take a moment here. Eyes are looking forward. 視線望向前嘅位置. Release the hands, 雙手放低 and bring your feet together. 雙腳合埋一齊. Okay, we're going to come into a 12-step classical Surya Namaskar. So 我哋做一個傳統12 step 拜日式. Okay, feet together. Eyes are looking forward. Okay, breathing in and out through the nose. 我盡量喺個鼻哥唞氣，吸氣，呼氣. Yeah, so just a few breaths with me. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's begin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, micro bend the knees, fold down. Now step your right leg back and come into a lunge. We're going to slow it down, so don't rush too much. Right. So what I want you to do in this lunge is to make sure that the right leg is stepped as far back as you can, and your shoulder is close towards your left knee. Okay, hold here. Good. If you're able to bring your palms down, good, and eyes are looking forward. Okay, I want you to focus now a bit more on the compression of the left leg against your chest. Right, 集中多少少個左大髀壓住個上身個感覺多啲. Okay, and hold here. If you're able to lengthen, go ahead. Right, if you're a bit kind of hunched over, elevate the hands and find elongation. Hold here. Good. Feeling tightness around the hips if you do. Just breathe into it. Good. Now bring your palms down. Lift the back knee up. Step back into plank. And hold. Ooh, are you guys missing the planks? Hold here. Good. So pull the belly in. Press the arms away. So 雙手推走嘅人多少少. Good. 8-point pose. Bring the knees down. Chin and chest go straight down in between the fingers. And hold. Good. If you feel nothing in the pose, you can walk the knees in a little bit. Feel the stretch in the shoulders, mid-spine. Good. Now slide forward. Come into cobra. Good. And hold. So there's a bit of weight on the hands, right? But you're not straightening and pushing up, right? You want to bend the elbows, curl them in. And then just really feel like you're supported, but again, you're working your legs, your back, your chest is moving forward. So it's a bit sunful, you know, it's a little bit challenging. It's actually quite dynamic. It doesn't look like it, but it does feel like you're using a lot of strength. So breathe deeper, open the chest. Good, and downward dog. So pull the belly button in, use the core to pull back, and then downward dog. Straight away, step your right leg forward. Bring the back knee down. Again, get that chest close to the knee. Good, and make that compression. So 而家係個心口要壓住個大髀個方向, right? So you're not trying to stretch the psoas just yet. We're not going to elevate the torso just yet. We want to compress a little bit more. Okay, wherever you are, lengthen forward. So you could be here, keep lengthening forward. Hold. Okay. Find your breath. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up, step forward, feet together, Uttanasana. Then inhale, come up, flat spine please. Exhale, release. Let's continue. Inhale, arms up. Good. This time, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Step your left leg back. Compress, compress, look forward. Step back into plank, and hold. Try not to do chaturanga. If your body is super craving it, you can, but there's so many benefits to Bhakti-say 8-point pose. Okay? 8-point pose, knees chest chin. Cobra. Keep the elbows in, 手踭貼住身體. Good. Exhale, down dog. Step your left leg forward, compress, and lengthen. Right, noticing the hip is not going forward, you want to pull it back. Even press the arm against the knee if you have that. Right, if that traction is there, squeeze in. Step forward, back knee up, Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, flat back all the way up to the sky. Exhale, release. Okay, so that's one round. Right, so we'll start with the right leg back and then left leg back for the whole set. Okay, are you guys okay? Hope you guys are okay. We're going to do this a little bit more quicker now. 我哋快少少。如果你有啲暈咧，頭暈咧，因為其實唔知發生緊咩事咧，你可以睇嘅，去睇咗一次先。If you're a bit confused, like I was when I first did a little bit more movement in my classes, so if that's the case for you, take your time. This is an online class. You could just take a look and then do it later, okay? Then, yeah, hopefully you do later. Do not do later. Let's begin. Hands in the heart. Inhale, arms up. Come into a gentle back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg back. Lunge, keep your hands down, chin forward. Plank, step back. Yeah, take a few extra breaths here if you need. Knees touch chin on your exhale, 8-point pose. Inhale, cobra. Open the chest, look up if it feels good. Exhale, down dog. Right leg steps forward. Keep the hands down if you can. Lengthen. Uttanasana, step forward. Inhale, arms up. Go straight into a back bend. Keep breathing, guys. Exhale, dive all the way down. Left leg back. Lunge. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Take an inhale here. 8-point pose. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, uttanasana. Inhale, flat back up. Back bend. Good. Samastitihi. And release. Eyes looking forward. Sisi mountain. Take a few long inhales and exhales. Ground your feet, guys. Engage your legs. Find stability also physically. Right? You don't want to kind of loosen up. So engage your legs. Good. If you did not do the 12-step, if you can, please join us now. Good. Step your right leg back. Come into warrior one. Bring your hands into your hips. So I'll tie you. And I'm going to move back. You can see. Okay. So make sure there's like a 90-degree angle. It doesn't have to be a 90-degree angle actually. Just make sure the knee is above the ankle. Or if you want to go deeper, step the back leg and sink a little bit more. Mosisiga. Hands on your hips, eyes are looking forward. Okay. So keep feeling that the left hip is moving back, the right hip is moving forward. Okay, you guys stay there. Okay, so if you see my hands, you don't want to bring that shoulder back and everything is splaying out, right? Inner spiral both thighs and rotate the right hip forward. So you're actually facing straight on. If they both had eyeballs, they'd be looking forward, yeah? And hold here. Yeah, now lean forward, and I want you to come into a balancing pose. So keep your hands on your hips, so chachale to you, and just come into a mini airplane, okay? So I'm gonna step back so my head's not out, hold. Lean forward, king teen, 45 degrees. And breathe and say, I can do this. This is gonna be fun. If I fall, it's okay. Yeah? And then lift your back heel up. And maybe a little hop or just shift forward. Find your balance first. And when you can, lean forward and balance. Hold. Good. You can flex the foot or do whatever feels good. Bend the knee. Find your balance. And if you can, slowly stand all the way up. Keep that foot hovering against the floor. Just the up. Interlace your fingers. Pull the knee up towards the chest. And breathe. Good. I'm afraid if I look at the phone, I might fall. Just be still. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands on the hips. Come back to warrior one. Gently step back. Yeah, now this time, inhale the arms up to the sky. Da-dang, hold here. And I'm entertaining myself, sorry. Bring the back heel up. And just shift forward. Now let's come back to that compression. Right? The upper body compress on the thigh. Remember that? Now compress it and hold. Arms are strong. Back leg is strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up. Yeah, straighten the leg, come back, and then step your right leg forward. So come back to standing Uttanasana. How is that? Yeah, find your breath again. So when you're doing yoga, if you've lost the breath, it's the body telling you that slow down a little bit more. Yeah, left leg back. Warrior one. So 如果你個呼吸開始唞唔到氣嘅時候咧，係同你講慢慢嚟，揾翻個呼吸先至繼續做個 yoga， 繼續做嗰個動作。Because there's really not much point or not a lot of benefit to doing a physical asana and not breathing. That's just probably bad for the body. Okay, hold here. Good, I'm going to step it back. Okay, so next pose, airplane. Lift the back heel. You cannot see it, but you feel it. Yeah? Lean forward. Good. Find your balance point and then kick up. Good, and balance. Good. Airplane pose, Dekasana. Pull the core in, so feel the belly pulling in. Good. Eyes are still. Whoa, hold here. Good. Once you have your balance, slowly come up. Good. And lift the left knee up and hold. Interlace the fingers. Pull up towards the chest. Soften the shoulders. Fong song fan yin. Fong song bo tao. You're noticing my leg that's up, it's still engaged. So try not to be passive. Lift it up and help. Hold here. Good. With full control, bring your hands back on your hips. Step back lovingly, slowly into warrior one. This time arms up. Good. I think I can move up now. Good. Hold here. So get up, lakot, zak chuloko dabe. Okay? Inhale, exhale, go forward. Make that connection. It's really deep. Go down, go down. Lift the back heel. Get more elongated. Hold for 5. Gyepju. 4. 3. Right hip back, left hip forward. 2. And when this time, step back into plank. Good. Push the ground away. Good. Again, knees, chest, chin, 8-point pose. Inhale to cobra. Open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Try to be still in down dog. Focus more, like 99% on the breath. So 做下9式，唔使為咗太多，9成9就集中呼吸。Good. Look forward. Good. Now step your right leg forward. Good. And bring your back knee down. Good. Coming into a low lunge. Good. Bring your hands on your knees. Good. I'm going to go this way so you can see me. Whoa. Good. And hold. How are you guys feeling? Okay? Yeah, so now we're going to focus a bit more just on the psoas before we kind of bring it down a little bit. So a lot of people have sent me a message and said that they have lower back pain and everything. So sometimes lower back pain, so many reasons to why. Right? A lot of times it could be just, well, it could be like slip disc or things with your vertebrae. So remember just to take care. Right? But sometimes if it's just tightness around the muscles, it could be due to the front muscles, the psoas, that is tight too. So let's stretch that out. Sit deep. Good. Inhale your left hand up. Good. And arch over towards your right. Do you feel that extra, the extra oomph, right? So you can bring your elbow down here if you want and really reach. So again, the top hand is very engaged. Shoulders are soft. Good. If you have the depth, you can bring that hand down towards the floor, whatever feels good. Hold here. Good. Where to look? Honestly, if you're stable, you can actually just close your eyes. You know, just really feel comfortable and safe. Taking deep breaths. Try not to come out of the pose. I always say that, you know, don't hate me. I'm doing it with you. I feel the stretch. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Good, and release. Now, in your own way, switch feet. Good. I'm going to go back this way. So you get how it's done now. Hands on your knees and lengthen. Noticing, we're going to try more side profile. When you come into a low lunge, when you come up, noticing if the rib cage is protruded forward. Right? Obviously there's a curve, right? But what you want to do is that don't exaggerate it. Am I covering it? Right, so let's say my hands on my knees. You want to bring the rib cage back and tuck the tailbone. So you have more of a neutral straight position here. Good. Inhale your right hand up. Good. You can bring the elbow down and arch over. Okay, now that you have a side profile, the hand goes straight in line with the hip. Okay, try not to go forward, so you're kind of leaning forward, right beside the hip, and then arch sideways. So you feel that extra stretch in the right psoas. So this is one of those very engaged poses, but the hardest thing is to let go. So if I were to release my hips, let's all do that right now, release the hips, it's like, whoa, that extra stretch in the psoas, yeah? So see if you can actually soften a bit more and go deeper and deeper in the breath too. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Good, exhale, step your left leg back and come into child's pose. So sometimes after a hip opening, it's really comfy to actually bring your knees together and come into this version of child's pose, forehead down. So during hip 嘅 opening 之後啦，有陣時你做兒童式啦，如果你合埋個膝頭哥係好舒服嘅。OK， 咁雙手向後，手掌向天，額頭中間擺地下。You would stay here. I'm going to check the time. Taking 5 more breaths. Okay. You bring your palms down, slowly come up. Good. And then sit on your hips. Okay, so I'm going to face you. How are you guys doing? The comments are off, but let me know. Hope you're feeling warmed up, a little bit sweaty, but a little bit more open. Right? Everything's a little bit more open. Good. We're going to just come into double pigeon. Right? So if you bring your left leg on the bottom, bring your right leg on top, so the ankle is on the knee. And then your right knee, below it is your left ankle. Right? So if you were to see below, if you look down, right? It's like a triangle, if you can see. Yeah, there you go, you can see. Yeah. So try your best not to bring the heels in. 有啲人通常要調教咧，就係因為個腳真係太入。So usually when you need adjustments, when the person's sitting kind of like in the Sukhasana pose. So try to make your ankles and your knees perpendicular, right? And then look at your calves. 呢嗰啲小腿骨 they're kind of like stacked， 係搭咗嘅 ，right？ 就唔係向左入咁樣嘅，係搭咗。Okay, so if you may feel it already in the right hip flex, the right gluteus muscles， 如果你覺得已經個右屁股個位置咧，已經係有啲緊緊地啦，就呢度夠㗎啦。So if it's already tight for you, this is the perfect place to be and just to breathe. Okay. So the piriformis is always a huge culprit for sciatica. Alright, so see if you can stretch that as much as you can. So noticing when you go forward, you don't want to hunch just yet. Okay? So 向前傾嘅時候咧，留意下咧，個心口唔好項背挺直嘅。Good. If you know the pose, just come straight down if you need to. Otherwise, go down slowly. So elevate, shining forward. Good. Move my hands this way, and then walk your hands forward. Good. And wherever you start to feel like you're going, that's your place. Okay, stay there. Good. If you're still able to elongate, go all the way down. Bring your chest on top of the right calf, and breathe. You can choose to close your eyes. Good. Or you can just stare at a place. Be soft with your eyes. So even when your eyes are closed, you're still focused, maybe on the tip of the nose, right? But you're soft. You know, your eyes are like focused and gentle. Good. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back. Good. Stay in this position. Try not to move the feet just yet. Yeah. Now, if you can, again, if you have props, use the props underneath the knee and everything. So just be careful, okay? We're going to shift back and we're going to cross the ankles over each other. like this, like cow facing posture. Okay, 第一件事感覺我個 hip 穩唔穩定，會唔會話個右 hip 夾高咗 ？So noticing, are my hips grounded? Do I feel like my right hip is lifted a little bit? If that's the case, maybe uncross them a little bit and ground your hips first. Okay? 如果真係 hip 夾高咗咧，調教個膝頭哥多少少，總之去到個 hip 咧最低就得㗎啦。So make sure that you have a foundation in order for you to explore the pose. Right? If you're kind of sitting like this and you go forward, you're actually putting the body really way out of alignment with your spine. Okay? So sit up straight. You know what we're going to do, right? We're going to compress. Okay, so we're going to lean forward and try to squish down. Right? It's quite intense for some people. If that is, make sure you're breathing. Okay? And don't come out of it. Right? And start to move forward. 向前傾。如果覺得好激咧，即係你覺得係好 uncomfortable 咧，就可以翻出嚟。只不過如果係，哎呀，好辛苦啊，right？ 咁你繼續堅持唞氣 ，okay? So keep the breath moving. And if you're unable to breathe, is when is that again that perfect sign for you to come back up, right? But if you're able to breathe and you're just like so tight, you know, then just keep breathing into it and try to open those muscles up. So wherever you put your hands is up to you. You know, you can drop your head, you can keep it straight, anywhere that feels good for you. For me, this feels good, so I'm going to stay here. Good. Coming back to that hip, is that right hip lifted up? Is it evenly grounded? You know, just kind of feel it. You know, and the good thing about practicing at home by yourself is that holding for another 5 breaths here is that sometimes when you come into a group class, you know, there's benefits of group classes, but you compare yourself with a lot of people. And when you see someone go deeper, you know, sometimes it goes the other way. It forces you to hurt yourself and go deeper, as opposed to letting that visual inspire you. Okay, slowly come back up and release. Okay, do whatever feels good. 佢做任何嘢放鬆嘅人，因為仲有另外一邊嘅。Now we have the other side. So this time, right foot on the bottom, left ankle on the knee. Good. So I don't have a block. I don't know where it went, right? But I'm saying if you feel like your knee's up here, right? It's okay. Stay there. Everybody else that can actually go down, just go ahead and do the double pigeon. Right? I'm going to show you that if your knee is like this is my air con. Pretend it's a block. The block goes underneath. Actually, it works pretty well, right? So it's supporting your knee, right? So you don't feel that extra strain, right? Sometimes in the hip flexors too, right? Not just your piriformis. Okay, so if you're there, use the block. And with that, just tilt forward, right? 挨前. If you're in the full pose, 10 more breaths. Okay, otherwise, if you're here, eventually that block or remote control will go lower and then eventually go away. And 5 more breaths and go full cup. So props, you know, belts, blocks, they're great things to help you come into the pose, especially when you're a bit tight, you know, help you modify it, help you come into your best you in the pose, right? But one thing you don't want to do is slowly inhale, come back up, right? Is to have that prop as a forever attachment, right? Lean back, cross your knees. Okay, take a moment to ground the hips. Right, so if you have been using that block for like ages, for a long time, and you're consistently practicing, you know, give yourself that opportunity to like change the block and eventually letting it go. You know, that comes with consistency and practice, right? And eventually having more space in your practice without props, right? They're not bad, right? But you just don't want to be attached to them, okay? So inhale, exhale, go forward. Okay, so go to wherever your cow facing pose is. Again, same situation. If your knee is quite high up, use the block or just sit exactly where you are. You can hold the knee. 總之覺得有個伸展嘅感覺就得㗎啦。Okay, so 頭先講緊話有陣時啲磚啊、啲皮帶啊，做緊瑜伽嘅時候咧，其實係唔係話用嘅時候唔係唔好，不過用嘅時候咧記得係一個 pop 字嚟㗎。So 你想慢慢就可能咁高 ，10 more breaths here guys， 咁高。去到咁扁，跟住結果就冇咗佢嘅， right? 因為有陣時會可能嗰個磚啦變成一個需要性啊，冇咗唔得嘅， right? 咁其實你冇咗都得嘅，但係你係要放低佢咯，慢慢 令到個瑜伽 practice last 3 breaths 更加唔需要依賴其他嘢，淨係有你自己個 practice 已經足夠。Slowly come back up. Good. And release. Okay, we're gonna lie down now, fun day. So lie down. Good. And make sure you're comfortable. Hope I can see. Good. Hold. And just relax the body a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna come into quite a long Arda, happy baby, half happy baby. Right, so I want you to make sure that you're just comfortable. You have a blanket around you if you need it. Good. Otherwise, coming into half happy baby. Good. Bring your feet together. Good. Now relax your feet. Bend your right knee up. Take a moment here. Yeah, so happy baby is taught in 2 different types. Kind of like inner grip and the outer grip. Do whatever you want, whatever feels good. I like kind of the inner grip, okay? So lift the foot up, okay? If you're unable to hold your foot, hold your knee. If you're able to hold the foot, hold it, and then bring the sole of the foot facing up. Good, and then pull the knee down. Good. Bring your left hand on top of your thigh. Because the hip might lift. So that right hand is just a reminder for you to, hey, come back down. Maybe don't pull so hard on the right foot. And breathe. Let's close the eyes. Yeah. So noticing the grounding. So the left leg is slightly engaged. It's trying to keep the left hip touching the ground. But job hip good. And the right hand is pulling down very so gently. Just very gently pulling down. Now, if you are a regular practitioner, right, this is a place where you can have your different variations, right? So some people like to extend the foot, get towards the corner, right? So do whatever feels good. You can do that. We have about 10 to 15 more breaths here. 有10至15個呼吸， right？ 如果你做開瑜伽，你發覺我有啲想做啲調理下咧，adjust 其他嘅方式做啦，你可以伸你隻腳。Okay, so if that feels good, and hold here. Yeah, last 5 breaths. So you have that reminder of the left hand, the hook of the right hand. So just try to relax your torso, relax your face. Yeah, bring your right leg back if it's straightened. Good, and slowly release the foot. Come into Savasana. Good. I want you to relax and just take a moment and feel the difference in between both sides. Sometimes the most subtle movements, the most gentle poses are the most beneficial in your practice. You know, it's awesome getting those advanced poses, but coming back to simple poses just makes you more grounded. Right? And then once you're grounded and have that foundation, you can grow more in your practice. Feet together, bend your left leg, take your time, moke up. Right hand thigh, get ready for that grip, outer and inner, and hold the foot. Good. Close your eyes and relax. 係咪對眼放鬆塊面，放鬆心口？ And if you're ready to extend, you can. My printer is in the way, so I'm going to keep it here. I'm using a prop. We're not going to get attached to it. Hold here. It's 15 breaths. Start to feel more relaxation around your jaw. The skin around the face, the cheeks, the neck. Just start to relax those places. Yeah, making sure the hip is not lifted too high, grounded back. Be happy, be content. Yeah, now come back, but good. If your linear was straight, bend it and slowly release. Lie in Shavasana, keeping your eyes closed. And staying here. I'm just going to check the time. Now keeping your eyes closed, we're just going to come into a gentle twist. Right, so bend both of your knees. And you can cross the right leg over the left leg. Or sometimes if you want, you can bring your legs into eagle pose. And lift the hips up and shift them over to the right just a little bit and twist the body. And you can reach your right hand if you have space and gently turn your chin so it's pointed to the right, even twisting the cervical spine. Yeah, so 如果你有空間咧，你個右手可以伸長 ，OK， 跟住個頭咧盡量擰埋向右邊，去令到個頸個位置都有啲擰轉感覺。你可以合埋對眼。So wherever you are, release first the thought that you need to go deeper, right? And then secondly, relax the body down. Right? So 第一件事就放鬆你覺得要應該去深啲，覺得個感覺要 deep 啲嘅。放低呢樣嘢先，跟住第二樣嘢就放鬆個身體，等佢自然好享受而家呢個 twist。Okay, keeping your eyes closed. Okay, now slowly point your chin back to the ceiling or sky, wherever you are. Okay, bring your knees back to center. Shift the hips back to the center. 2. Good. Left side, dropping. So try your best just to be a bit more consistent on both sides. So do try to do whatever you did earlier on this side too. So hips to the left a little bit, drop the knees to the right. Yeah, extend the hand, turn the chin. Yeah, and just breathe. The twists are just beautiful things. Sometimes when you don't have time to do yoga, you know, if you're on your bed, just doing a gentle twist, right? Or hanging half your body off the bed and doing a back bend. It's just great, it feels so good. So it doesn't need to be like a full intense practice, right? Like sometimes little things can help you de-stress the body, make you feel better, right? But obviously if you have the time, it's great to do a full practice. Okay, now point the chin back to the ceiling. Good, bring your knees back to the center. Some people like to give the knees a hug. 有啲人鍾意攬住個膝頭哥。Good. And then when you're ready, just come into Savasana, 大休息. So your feet are as wide as the mat. Hands are by the sides of the body, palms facing up. 隻腳擘開脊位個闊度，雙手擺喺身體隔離，擰轉個手掌向天，合埋對眼，完全放鬆個呼吸，所以好自然唞氣就得㗎啦。So now just let go of the breath, come back to a natural breathing rhythm. So don't think about it. If it's a bit choppy, that's okay. Just let it be. Close your eyes, relax the jaw. Staying in Shavasana. So feeling that you're surrendering your whole body down onto the mat, 完全放鬆晒全身落個脊上邊。Good, again, coming back and just scanning your body. 感覺你個身體一陣，係咪個大髀仍然都未放鬆啦？ Sometimes the thighs are not relaxing, or the ankles, or just come to that, just go, hey, relax a little bit. Exhale longer and feel those areas of tension just kind of melt down towards the mat. Really feel like the mat is like supporting you. So 好似嗰個脊啦係擁抱緊你，承受你全身嘅重量，墜落個脊上邊，完全放鬆。Feeling the skin around the whole body become softer and softer with every exhale. Again, trying to release the breath. as we come into our final Shavasana, really giving the body that rest and opportunity to absorb all the benefits of the class, all the movements that we did, everything. You're more than welcome here to stay in your Shavasana. You can go ahead and turn me off and just lay in your Shavasana for maybe another 5 minutes. Or you can join me now to slowly move your head, move your fingers. Right, 你可以繼續瞓喺度，熄咗我都得。Right， 就繼續喺度瞓大概5分鐘。或者你想同我一齊完成啦，就慢慢坐起身。So slowly come into a seated position. Okay, try your best to keep your eyes closed. 睇下可唔可以保持對眼合埋。Okay, join your hands into your heart center. 雙手擺心口中間。Again, you can be seated with me, or you can be lying in Shavasana. I want you to gently bow your head, so 少少耷低個頭。Take this moment to really appreciate yourself. Thanking and appreciating your efforts to complete class, to join class, and just do something good for your body. 喺呢度要好感謝自己，真係去嘗試下做一樣嘢係令自己身體健康嘅，心理健康。我有陣時一個好簡單話上瑜伽堂，其實比較難嘅，唔係身體難係心理難，即係個選擇去做係有陣時困難過去做一個瑜伽堂嘅。So I want to thank you personally for joining class today. Taking the time and effort. Right? Sometimes that's the hardest part. So thank you, everybody. And let's close together with one O. Inhale. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Sunday. I hope your long weekend was awesome. Back to work tomorrow and back to school for some kids. Good. If you're here, let me know. Are you still here, or are you in Shavasana La La Land? Thank you all so much for joining. Honestly, I missed you guys so much. What's these popping? I missed you guys so much. I really want to come back and teach you guys at the studio. I want to see you guys. I miss you guys. You know, self-practice is one thing, but having to share practice with someone, or, you know, especially for me as a teacher, to share my passion with you all is, I'm so lucky. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you again. If you have any questions in regards to your practice or anything yoga related, let me know. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not shy of answering. I really want to connect with everybody. So, another thing, I can't read Chinese. 我睇唔到中文嘅，所以如果你寫 message 俾我啦，你如果可以, if you don't know how to possibly write English, it's okay. Write it in Chinese. Actually, I'll get it translated. I'll get one of my friends to translate it for me. Yes, Karis, I'm really looking forward to coming to the studio too. I miss you guys so much. Okay, so thanks guys. Have a great Sunday, or possibly Saturday, wherever you are. Okay, again, have a great day, guys. Be safe, be healthy, okay, and remember to love yourself more. Okay? Okay. Bye, guys.